Right, finally. That took like 10 minutes to sort out. Anyways, we're back with Shadow Generations. Last time we got through about the first half of the game, roughly. We could go to the next boss, but first off I want to get the challenge acts for Sunset Heights done. And yeah, hopefully after my messing around with settings and whatnot yesterday, hopefully stream will work better today. I might just open up the stream. Oh, no, don't add to my story. I might just open up my stream on my phone just to check it's smooth. Xbox is totally still a surprise. Yeah, thanks Omega for spoiling that. Right, there we go. Right. Sunset Heights. One ring challenge. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I haven't checked my toggle works. Cool, it does. I'll need that for this stream. Right, got another one ring challenge. I was going to ask how Metal Overlord can be here when Metal Sonic is in Sonic Generations, but there's already two Sonics. Yeah. I mean, Metal Overlord obviously is brought over from Heroes, whereas Metal Sonic in Generations has been brought from CD, so timelines, well, timelines, but time periods. Right, I wasted my ring on that one bit trying to get that collectible, so, well, okay. Couldn't go around that one. I thought I might be able to slip around it. Ow. Right. As always, though, yeah. The usual call to action for letting me know if stream is laggy or if audio is problematic or whatever. I mean, the volume meters seem correct and the volume levels are set to what they were last time, so that should be fine, but you know, I should conserve my boost in case I need it for these. I'm not going to get it from, you know, rings, am I? Ah! I didn't mean to hit the boost button. Well, no S rank for me. To be fair, I was going for the collectibles, so... I was going for collectibles, so whatever. But it's going to be jarring looking over OBS and it's just being laggy, but whatever. You know, whatever. If OBS lags, but the stream is fine, that's, as I said yesterday, that's fine, I don't care about that. Oh, the game's still lagging when I load into a stage. Well, it's obviously not the Windows tags thing, so... That's clearly just the game being funny. Again, probably Denuvo. Maybe Sega will... Ow. Take the hint and stop putting Denuvo in the games one day. I mean, they removed it from Mania, like a while after it came out. They've never removed it from any of their other games, though, that had it. At least not any of their other Sonic games that have had it. There we go. That one was easier. Right, any of these have those like gold notes? No. In that case... we'll find Act 2's things, wherever they are. Not there. Do I... maybe this way? Hold on. I don't need it, but...
This is the ultimate power.
Oh, no, those are still active. Time slowed down, whoops. Alright, you know what? How do I get to the Act 2 ones? Do I need to go this way again? Maybe. Okay, here we go. Act 2 challenges. Well, you know what I was saying about the Death Egg robots actually playing a part? Oop. What is causing this lag? This plays a little bit like those extra levels, one of the extra levels in Forces, but with better control and more interesting design. I guess fitting given that it's a Forces level. There we go. Nice and easy. Just a blue note. Can't be bothered with you. And dash rings again. Neat. If I just let it load in. There we go. Seems to be fine if I just let it load in like that. Just follow the dash rings. Pretty simple. Pretty simple missions. That's all the Sunset Heights missions done. Oh, we can head back over to the boss gate and oh. Right. Where's that going? Over there. Well, you know what? Let's first off, let's hit these switches, because these unlock something. Right, how do I get over there? I think there's a Black Arms down there I can Doom Blast. Yes. There we go. Again, the gold ones always go to like this specific spot, so it's actually like a pretty actually designed challenge to get up to it. So. I'm showing those ones off. But the blue ones just kind of... They tend to go to the floor and then run away from you. Where's this taking me? Ah, right, it's to some chests. Fair enough. Right. I guess they go back up manually. Fair enough. Shall we let your concept out, I presume? Also, a nice thing this game brings back, you can homing attack onto rails again. 06 and Generations were the only games that let you do that before. Also, you can skip a bit of the platforming here. Oh, if you don't mess it up anyway. If you actually boost up to there, you can skip this little homing attack chain. I messed it up though, because... You know, of course I would. Right. Unlock the boss gate for the boss that we definitely don't know who they are. You know what? I haven't even posted... Oh, I was so distracted about... I was so distracted about my webcam not working. Shadow Generations, which I started like 10 minutes ago. Oh yeah, I noticed the other day when you started doing the posting in the self promo in Rin's Discord again. So I may have copied you there. I mean, I remember we both used to. I think people sort of, yeah. I think we both sort of stopped when she sort of was on a bit of a hiatus. When she was on her hiatus. He's not told you off yet, so it must be fine. Yeah. I mean, it is self-promotion. Although she's been using it like for her own streams as well. Okay, so I guess she is self-promoting her own streams. So, well, if she wants to tell us off for doing it, she'll have to. Right, anyway, into the boss. Question mark, my favourite boss. Right. So this boss fight is entirely played using Doom Surf.
You'll be joining the rubble in the water soon.
Right. Get across here. Getting an attack in here. And yeah, Metal Overlord looks great here. Right. And yeah, we've got a remix of What I'm Made Of from Sonic Heroes. Right, these can be sidestepped into as well. Not the red ones though. And we can get out of control here. And yeah, just what he said. If you chaos control normally in this boss fight, he actually keeps moving. It doesn't affect him in that way. Ah, I didn't quite hit him enough to. It's possible to hit him enough before this phase. Ah. You can skip this phase if you hit him enough before it. I didn't quite hit him enough. Oh well. But yeah, if you chaos control him, he still keeps moving. It's only really useful to chaos control for those like paths that you go along. And yeah, because throughout Heroes, if you remember, he was copying everyone's powers throughout the whole game.
You think you can stop me?
This box is clear to use up Sonic movie before. A bit of Ganon tennis there as well. I suppose in a way, yeah. I think I think early concepts of like Egg Fleet or Final Fortress or something did involve water. So I think this is a callback to that. Visually, it also brings to mind the chemical plant area from Forces, so like Spaceport in particular, like Doom Spears. Oh, you know what? I should use Chaos Control there, because then you get a cool finish. You get a cool sort of finisher move there with Chaos Control. Oh well. Move this away from the controller cable. The vibrate keeps like hitting it. Ah, 22 seconds off an S rank. Yeah, if I'd have managed to skip the tail swipey phase, I would have got an S. I'm just gonna see if I change. Not down to 30, oh no. If I change down to 60 FPS, I wonder if that'll stop the lag spikes at the start of stages. It's not like OBS is going to see any higher than 60.
Shadow? Are you in pain?
No. I feel a connection to the symbol in the sky. It's the same tingle as my new abilities.
It is the power of Black Doom.
Grandfather?
I made a Faustian deal with that monster to create Shadow. Now it seems that we all have to pay for my sins.
So my powers, that symbol, they're all connected.
Maria's illness couldn't be treated on Earth. I could better manage her condition on the Ark, even if her family didn't like the idea. I attempted to develop the ultimate life form as a means to find a cure for Maria. My own experiments have reached their frustrating limits. So when that alien warlord reached out to me and offered the miracle of chaos control, I accepted it. Through his DNA, the ultimate life form was born. Black Doom wanted me to make the perfect warrior for him, so these new abilities are all part of his grand design. You two are linked by blood. As you grow in power, so does he. He will either take control of your mind and make you his ultimate weapon, or take over your body and be reborn in you.
You made me the ultimate life form, Professor. Black Doom is a fool. I'll take this power and use it as my own.
And that is actually the first time in a game that Maria's illness is actually mentioned. It's only ever mentioned in, like, backstory and stuff. Never before in an actual game is it mentioned. Right. Anything new to say? I can't remember. Yes. You aren't the same Shadow as the one I know, are you? It's alright. I can deduce that there are space-time anomalies at play. I pioneered the research on chaos control, after all. I'm not going to attempt to do this laughing. Chaos control is an amazing ability. The things you can achieve with the power of a Chaos Emerald are truly miraculous. As we learned in your first days of training, you can use it to stop time locally. I've gone on to theorize that two users, acting at the same time, could even open a portal in time. I don't know who else could help you perform such a dual chaos control, but it's an interesting theory all the same. That's an 06 reference, that's how they do all the time travel shenanigans in that game, two characters doing chaos control at the same time. I have two sons, I guess you haven't met them? One took after my love for archaeology, the other shares my love for robotics. They're very bright young men, just not quite on my level. I'm sorry, that sounded very arrogant, didn't it? I hope they're doing well. We don't talk much. Yeah. I couldn't remember how many dialogues I'd seen. Yes, I know you're part alien. That's not important. What's important is who you are and what you do. I was a little surprised you turned out looking like a hedgehog, though. I think the way your spines go swoosh is really cool. Shadow, are you blushing? Yeah, I presume the robot son is Eggman's dad. Have you seen Abe? You know, little Abraham Tower? I'm worried about him. He's the only other kid on the Ark with us. Sometimes he feels like my little brother. His family helped convince Mum and Dad to let me come into space. After all, if they brought their son, it should be safe, right? I was never worried, though. I know Grandfather wouldn't endanger anyone. So, Abraham Tower, that's the, gun commander in Shadow the Hedgehog. The one who's, always, angry at Shadow throughout that whole game. He's in the Dark Beginnings prologue as well for this. The name Abraham Tower actually comes from the comics. I forget whether it's in Archie or IDW, but one of the two comics, while Ian Flynn was writing for them. And so I guess they brought that name into canon for this game. I mean, it's nice they actually has a name now rather than just that gun commander from from Shadow the Hedgehog. Right. Omega probably has something to say, and that's kind of on the way, so... Big will have something to say as well, probably, I would presume. Don't know about all on Q-Rock. Actually, I've probably got enough things to get the next threshold. Yeah.
Excellent.
Look at that robust colour. It's coming along nicely. It's only a matter of time until we get home. You say that, but how much time has it even been? Everything's stopped in this void.
Yes.
It's all relative, old chum. Besides, we don't age. We have all the time in the world. Hell yeah. So I guess there's no rush to finish the rocket? Oh no, I very much want to get out of here. Hurry, time's a wasting. And some artwork. Hey, this will work. Thanks. Oh. Okay.
Excellent. Yes.
I guess they only have like one thing to say. Oh. You know what, let's just... I don't like that big robot monster guy. He kidnapped Froggy before and was awfully mean to my friends. Wait, do you think he took Froggy again? Please, you gotta save him. Just realised. Oh. My chat like thing is like way too small, I can't read it. There we go. I was wondering like why am I having so much trouble reading chat this whole stream? Oh wait, I haven't made the chat window bigger. I heard about those strange looking folks, the Black Arms. I heard they invaded the Earth and tried to eat everyone. I don't know why. Fish are much easier to catch. Tell them I'll catch all the fish they want. Maybe then they'll calm down. Oh sure, I've been to Soliana before. Lots of water, lots of great places to fish. Froggy ran off into the palace while we were there. We met the princess. She was very nice. So yeah, Big has met Elise. And considering that, like, again, the events of 06 pretty much didn't happen, Big, I guess, is the only one who's met Elise.
Where is Rouge?
Alert. Communications restored with Rouge. She is unharmed. Flagging status as relieved. She is monitoring Sonic's efforts. We are to continue our mission.
I will assist.
Do you recall our first meeting? It was not long ago. Rouge aided in my release from confinement. Like you, she does not attempt to control my rampages. I am not designed to trust. However, working with the two of you is agreeable. Rouge once speculated that Eggman did not discard me. She suggested he hid me from Neo Metal Sonic, that I was set to guard you from him. Illogical speculation. I am E123, the final and best E100 unit. Eggman should have sent me to the front lines. He will pay for the insult. Anyways, we've got us another power to get. Okay, this is how you're meant to actually get here. If you don't do that, you're kind of just trudging through this sludge. Which I haven't really mentioned, but yeah, this purple sludge. You can't really walk through it at all. Well, you can walk, but you can't do anything else.
Something calls to me.
But if we get this power... we'll be able to do something about that.
No.
I noticed his pupils like disappeared in that animation. So Shadow's a kid. Shadow's a kid now. He's a squid now. So Doom Morph is probably the most contentious power in this game, and yeah, to start with, it is certainly awkward. But once I got the hang of it, I was actually pretty... I sort of enjoyed it a fair bit. So, to change into Doom Morph, you gotta homing attack one of these like purple ball things, or walk through one of them. Press right trigger to boost, and you can grapple on the balls if they're in the air.
Locations with this.
So, there is a mechanic the game doesn't teach you, and it only half teaches you if you go into the like Q&A bit in the menu. Someone on either Twitter or Reddit, I think I saw it on Reddit, drew up a handy image though on how to fully use the Doom Morph, and it saved me and I'm sure a lot of people. Why can't I not? Oh, I've got to add it manually. Can I not just drag and drop it? Image. Doom Morph. I meant to add this to OBS beforehand, but I forgot. There we go. They are using the square in this image. So if you just hold square, like hold the attack button like I just did, you'll swing like a grapple. If you just press the attack button, you'll kind of just go through it like an attack. But when you're swinging, if you let go of the attack button, when you're underneath the ball, and then you let go when you're down here, as shown in the image, you'll shoot upwards. I will demonstrate. Oh, that's going to show up on top of my OBS. Hold on, there we go. So yeah, we had it like that. Oh, if I just tap it, you just kind of go through. Then if I bring the controller up, this is a really awkward angle. So let go underneath. I don't know how well that showed it. Hold on. Can I? Down here might be better. Right. No, maybe not. You know what, over here is going to be a decent way to show it. I don't know why it's not doing it, hold on. Right. So, let go underneath and you'll shoot upwards, like that. Let go and you shoot up. That's how Doom Morph works. Not necessarily needing it just to play the level normally, but useful for getting collectibles. So, yeah. Just let go, like that. The game sort of half tells you this in the Q&A. Where's Doom Morph? So yeah, speed through by pressing boost. Yeah, hold it into ground morph ball, and release to fly out in the opposite direction. Holding down and releasing the button will launch Shadow up. Not very well written. Like, I like this game a lot. I think it does a lot right. Teaching you how to use Doom Morph, though, it does not do right. But we'll be using Doom Morph in the next level. Oh, lag. Alright, okay. And yeah, this is Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers. With very different vibes of music. Now, I remember back when the game came out, I remember sort of saying that, you know, while not a bad level, it was kind of my least favourite level. But now that I've played it a lot, I quite like it. There's a lot of little time saves you can do, and little sort of, like, nailing a really good run on this level is pretty satisfying, I think. Yeah, I like the things like the springs and all that, they're basically ripped from Frontiers, so they feel like they are from Frontiers. And yeah, visually, it looks pretty great. Oh, didn't mean to go down here, but whatever. Now, it is a bit weird that Shadow goes to this level here, because Shadow has nothing to do with Frontiers at all. I mean, he might be mentioned a couple of times, but he's not in it. So I don't know if they're setting anything up for a potential future sort of thing or what, but whoops. Or the more likely explanation I think is this game has had a fairly strict sort of time and budget. It's fairly strict development time and budget, and so they reused assets from Frontiers to aid in the creation of another level. Which, you know, that's fine by me, I don't mind. Like, clearly you cannot like quantity over quality. No, quality over quantity. Hey Joe, and yes, you should recognize this game. You said you liked it. You said you liked it a lot. Yeah. Calm down from the rope swinging earlier. To be fair, it did look annoying, that rope swinging. That shot of the volcano is really cool. Still salty. And those of you who watched my Frontier streams might remember I mentioned I wish there was a bit more to do. I didn't mean to Chaos Control there. That I wish there was a bit more platforming, you know, in the underground sections. Yeah, they do that bit here. Oh. Right. I haven't taken this route in a while. Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have Chaos Controlled there. Up here. So something the game shows you by button prompts in Sunset Heights is if you Chaos Control those enemies, you can actually hit them. You use that to get to an alternate path in Sunset Heights. Yeah, that's Chaos Island. Another level without a trip to Radical Highway. Ah, I didn't get an S rank. I was playing too casually. Well, on Sunday when I do the addendum stream, we're going to be doing some good runs through these levels. So, if you want to see some good runs through these levels, stay tuned for Sunday. Right, Act 2 time. Yes, those are the ball. I'm pretty sure those are the balls that are the pinball from that little pinball minigame in Frontiers. Also the like sort of hot spring-ish section in the back. I wish we could have done something there, because that was always like a bit visually in Frontiers that I always enjoyed. Instead, we have Donkey Kong with the pinball. Alright, let's get some Boom Morph here.
Chaos Control!
No, I don't know if Chaos Control was the right thing to use there, but whatever. What? No. Well, that's a collectible missed, I suppose. Yeah, well, that will lead to the same place. These lifts, again, these kind of feel a bit like a Mario gimmick as well. I don't think there's anything similar in other Sonic games. Closest I can think of are those weird bubbly platforms in Carnival Night, but they work completely differently. Oh, there's that symbol in the background. There's like that one room in that one indoors room in Chaos Island in the original game, but there's lava on the floor this time in the background. Ow. And we get a little callback to that bit in again in Frontiers where you come out of the underground bit. A little spiral up. Yeah, that was Chaos Island. I think there is a cutscene after this point, and it's a good one. So I've been saying throughout the game, well, at least I was saying last time on Sunday, that the animation in this game is a big step up from the last few Sonic games. This next cutscene is a big example as to why.
I found you, Shadow!
The blue hedgehog, of all places.
You have something I need.
You can wait until my business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Nice hustle, but I won this one. So I'm taking the emerald. See ya!
I finally find you, and what do I see? Sonic defeating you. What happened?
I will beat him on equal terms, or not at all.
A fine time for you to be honorable. Now he has the Chaos Emerald.
No, he has a fake emerald. I'll have you swap it for the real thing after I'm finished with my mission.
Wow, look at you. As a professional jewel thief, I approve.
That's a great scene. I love that cutscene. The animation's just so good, especially compared to what we've had recently, and it manages to keep with Sonic Generations canon. Like, Shadow needs the Emerald throughout this whole game to do Chaos Control. But obviously Sonic gets the Yellow Emerald from Shadow in Generations when you fight him. Turns out, it's actually the fake from SA2. And I don't know whether when they started writing this game, whether they realized, oh hey, Shadow gives Sonic the Yellow Emerald in Generations. That's the color of the fake emerald, we'll do something with it. Or whether they just got very lucky. Considering Ian Flynn's on the team though, I would think it might have been the former. But yeah, like, the fake emerald callback is like, not just a callback, it ties into the story, and that's just one of the cleverer things in a Sonic game, in a Sonic story in a while. Like, I really enjoy it. And yeah, the animation there, like, the beginning of the Shadow fight in Generations, you know, references the Adventure 2 battle intro as well, where they, like, you know, cross over in front of the moon. But the posing is so static compared to this cutscene. Like, I hope we get cutscene animation like that in future Sonic games. Like, it's such a big step up. Like, more of this, please, Sonic Team. Anyways, what does Rouge have to say? I'm glad we can link back up. I know you'll be a big help. I'll keep scouting around and gather intel for you. The sooner we're out of here, the better. I can't believe you went to all that trouble to give Sonic that fake. You're such a softie, but he'll know it's a fake soon, so hurry up. Get this, he's being helped by his younger self from the past. They act the same, but this past self is a lot quieter. You'd like him. Anyway, I'll keep tabs on Sonic and his friends and update you. And watch out for a giant flying time-eating monster. It's a jerk. Right, so as before we can go and get the challenges unlocked for Chaos Island, we've gotta go to the boss gate. We need Doommorph to get in here. And the music even changes. Something more sinister. First off, something in over there. Music. Sky troops from Shadow. Fair enough. The way you can switch these sort of long walls and you're kind of squid looking, it really does call to mind Splatoon. One of these useless things. Well, mostly useless. Useless apart from... Whoops, wrong button. Useless apart from 100%ing. Nope. Right, and only now do the challenges unlock. Also, Joe, you know, saying it's getting interesting when Rouge is here and then wanting her to come back as soon as she's off screen, huh? You trying to say anything? Do you mean anything by that? Oh, so here's a good example of the Doommorph. Require, you know, having to use it to get collectibles. Let go when you're at the bottom, and you shoot up. Concept art from Shadow, concept art from Heroes. Fair enough. Right, let's go do those challenges. I don't know why I homing attacks them, I could have just... You're still only missing 2 screws, oh dear. I mean, again, unless you really want to 100%. I mean, unless you really want 100%, like, you're not really missing anything if you're not collecting those. Yeah, I know I need to beat the challenge acts. I'll do them in order. Right, crossover with Doommorph. Yeah, this is... I spent a while restarting this one. Come on, bag. Come on, game. I'm gonna blame the anti-tamper. Oh. Well, I didn't get that one. So if you don't know how to do that, I was trying to like go underneath and like, you know, use momentum to like go upwards. No, you just gotta do the doom. You just gotta do the let go underneath thing. It's a very short mission though when you know what you're doing. Very, very short. Just a blue note. Can't be bothered to chase. Actually, these blue notes here in the Chaos Island section are really annoying to chase around as well. Right, Chaos Control Master level 3. I'm hoping this lag will go away. There. Ouch.
Chaos control. Let's do this. This is the ultimate power.
There you go. Freeze them like that. That'll do. There we go. Cool. I should have got that last Chaos Control capsule. Oh well. I was still fast enough. Right, you. Are you a gold one? No, you're not an interesting challenge then. Yes, I know, game. Right, the floating and sinking gondolas. None of those? There we go. I really don't know what's up with. I think it just doesn't like being recorded, you know? Ow. Whoops. I think most of my collection gathering has been from these missions. There we go. Yeah, none of these missions are particularly long, to be honest. They're mostly pretty short. Yes! Oh, that's a gold one. Where is this one going? Up there. Right, okay. So, an equal right to Frontiers. This part of the hub world has various little platforming challenges that you activate with these buttons. They very much feel like ones from Frontiers. No, I failed that one entirely. Right. If that's even the right one. No, it's not even the right one. Hold on. That's probably the one I want. Oh. Yeah, these like structures are very Frontiers-y. There we go. Got episode Shadows theme and concept art from Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm guessing. Maybe 06. How am I meant to actually get up there? These springs, I think. Yeah, I like that it's got the little like Frontiers style little platform challenges in the part of the hub world from a Frontiers level. It's a nice little callback. I got a defeat a set number of cyclones. These enemies are a bit annoying. You often can't damage them unless you Chaos Spear them or use Chaos Control. Anytime now, game. Ouch. That's... no, I wanted to stomp. Ouch.
All right. Chaos control.
Oh, I barely made the S rank there. 0.05 seconds away. Oh dear. If I didn't Chaos Control like that exact moment. That would have not been good. Oh, the ad's finished. That's good timing. But yeah. Oh, these blue notes. Annoying. Get back here. There we go. I don't know what game that's concept art for. I presume SA2 or Heroes. Alright, so that's all of the boss keys. So yeah. If you had like skipped any missions before here, if you'd only got the bare minimum for the other boss keys previously, the other boss gates previously, you would have had to go back to previous levels and get those keys as well. But I didn't, so we're just pretty much doing this as we go. I mean, when I first played the game, I didn't skip any of the missions anyway. I think I sort of realised that you need to do both missions per act to get the keys, and I was like, oh, I'll just do them all as I go along. Right, so next boss, and this one I really like. I really, really like what they did with this boss. So... This is one I've been looking forward to. Right, so let's head in.
What is this? A seal of some sort?
I will defeat you, and restore myself to the timeline.
So this is Mephiles. As the boss goes on, we'll see why I love what they did here. Right, so do more.
The ultimate game of Shadow Tag.
Right, Doom blast him up and kick him to the floor.
I owe much to you. What you're talking about, but I will crush you all the same.
I'm gonna try and keep quiet for. I'm gonna try and keep quiet for the dialogue. I don't want to keep doing the mute button, but the subtitles are on screen, so. Let me homing attack you. Oh, there we go. Thankfully the camera shows you where Mephiles is once you do morphed. Excuse me, game. Normally it auto-targets you. Oh well. I guess we're probably not going to get an S rank for this then. No, let me into the... No, don't homing attack those. Homing attack the ball. There we go. Yeah, normally, yeah, it auto targets those things.
It's time to raise the curtain on this macabre play.
So yeah, oh, no, as you might have noticed, Shadow doesn't know who Mephiles is here.
All the clothes you want. I'll just take care of them all.
And yeah, obviously, like I keep saying, the events of 06 didn't happen. So, of course Shadow's not going to know who Mephiles is.
I don't consider sparing. Don't do me any favors.
I gotta boost into it with Doom more to deal damage there.
I'm disappointed, Shadow. Truly disappointed.
Running into him and taking damage is quicker, frankly. And we got a Chaos Control finish.
This is the ultimate power.
So I'm gonna...
No! I want to exist!
There is no future for you. Ever.
Ah, if I didn't mess up that one attack, probably would have got Ness. Oh well. But yeah, I really liked what they did with Mephiles here. Like, he was fully aware of what happened during the events of 06, because he's kind of been like existing outside of time, at least certainly not in our timeline, the whole time since 06 finished. Shadow, of course, has no idea who he is, and wants none of this nonsense. And the way Mephiles just acts like so much more desperate. If this is his one chance to try and exist again, and yeah, he failed, obviously. And that line where he's like, "There's no future for you ever." I wonder if that's like a sort of thing of like, you know, Sonic 06 was terrible, you know, we're not bringing it back. You know, I think they did this really well. Like, you know, the Time Eaters, you know, messing around with the timelines was his one chance to try and exist again, and he's so desperate. Apparently his characterization is more similar to how it was in the Japanese version of 06, compared to the English version of 06, where he's a much more sort of like sort of, I don't know, his demeanour is much different to here. But I like the change. I think the change kind of makes sense, where he's just like, he's getting more panicked and desperate as the fight goes on. Can't remember if there's a cutscene here. Maybe? Yes.
Don't be frightened.
The promised time is nigh upon us, Shadow. Soon, you will be mine.
Shadow will never serve you. He's nothing like you.
Gerald may have given him this unassuming form, but the blood of the Black Arms flows in his veins. He is a warrior, a destroyer.
Yes, the warrior that will destroy you.
I have learned from our last encounter. There will be no mistakes this time. Struggle all you want.
Professor. What do you think he means he learned from our last encounter?
I surmise you defeated him at some point in the future. He has grown a new body and used the nebulous nature of time in white space to accelerate his plans for revenge.
He's right. No more mistakes. This time, I will crush every last one of them.
Shadow, no!
Maria?
It breaks my heart to see you so full of anger. This isn't who you are. Do you know why I named you Shadow? Because without light, there's only darkness. But a shadow will show you where to find the light. Do you understand? I don't want you to be driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
Right. One last power to get. First off, though, I want to see if the characters have anything new to say. So you say you've seen regions you're not familiar with? I would speculate that you've experienced places in the future. Time has very little meaning here. It's reasonable you'd glimpse tomorrow as much as yesterday. And that's their explanation as to why levels from Forces and Frontiers are here. Well, Forces anyway. Again, Shadow doesn't go to the Starfall Islands. So... You say you encountered a foe you don't remember? The damage done to the time stream may be stirring up echoes of past alterations. Oh, I've studied time manipulation, but I'm no expert on it. All I can offer are my educated guesses.
Shadow.
It seems my theory was correct, and time can heal itself to a degree. So long as the pivotal moments in history are restored, the rest will find equilibrium. Do what you must to stop Black Doom. Whatever ripples you create will be nothing in comparison to the evil he would bring.
No!
Shadow, I don't want you to listen to Black Doom. You may share his DNA, but he is not your true family. Your real family loves you and wants you to be safe and happy. That's us, Shadow. Me and Grandfather. Please remember that. Since time has been different for you, do you remember our teacher? She was very strict, but I loved learning new things from her. She liked my biology report on Chow very much. You really ought to catch up on your homework, you know. I don't think you ever turned in an assignment. The food on the Ark is okay, but I really miss the cooking on Earth. Before I got sick, I went with my family to Spagonia. The food there was amazing. Have you found a favourite food? All I've ever seen you have is coffee. I'm pretty sure on one of the Twitter takeovers, someone asked what Shadow's favourite food or whatever it was, and he was like, I just like, it's like coffee beans. I just like eating coffee beans.
No!
Nope, I've seen that one already. Right, before we head over to that new power, let's see what Omega, Big and Rouge have to say.
Observation.
Oh yes, this line. this bit, I love this one. This one's so good. Black Arm's weaponry is organic in origin. This means they grow their firearms. Shadow, you are part Black Arms. Therefore, I surmise you should be able to turn your hand into a gun. Every time I read that one. It's like, Shadow, you're part Black Arms. Turn your hand into a gun. I apologise for the noise that came out of my mouth when I was laughing. Professor Gerald built the Eclipse Cannon. It is one of the mightiest weapons in history. He researched the ultimate life form to cure all disease and preserve life. Data incompatible. Inquiry. What kind of man was he? A man driven to madness. After he lost everything that was dear to him.
Observation.
Black Doom is the central figure of the Black Arms. An entire alien race devoted to destruction and conquest. Do not look at me like that. I admire their power, not them. I must prove I am more powerful by destroying them.
Observation.
Omega's great. They won't have anything new to say. Big, what do you have to say? No, Froggy doesn't talk. I just understand what he's thinking and feeling. He's so lively. He's always running off and getting us into trouble. Huh? How can I be sure I'm finding the same frog every time? I just know it in my heart. I mean, also, more realistically, he probably has a unique pattern. Like a lot of animals do. How do I end up in so many adventures? Gee, I don't know. I prefer to relax and go fishing. But when my friends are in trouble, I have to look out for them. Aren't you the same way? Hey, if it's alright, can you teach me how to use Chaos Control? It would make fishing way easier if I could just stop time. Actually, it might make it too easy. You know what? Never mind. I'm good. Yeah, Big doesn't need Chaos Control. He's just that powerful. And where's Rouge? Over at Chaos Island, which is where we need to be anyway. So, hanging out with Maria and the Professor again, huh? You worked so hard to put your past behind you, and now here it is staring you in the face. Cherish the time with them, but don't forget, you've moved on. You aren't the Shadow they knew from 50 years ago. So, just a thought, but we're in a kind of hub between time periods, right? Do you think it'd be safe if I grabbed a few treasures while we're here? You know, before high-tech security gets invented. Then again, if I take them from the past, they don't exist to become valuable relics. Never mind. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Omega seem happy to hear from me? Wait, were you two actually worried for my well-being? Oh, you boys are too sweet. The more you deny it, the more I believe it. And yeah, 3 bits of dialogue. And our next power. We got a preview of this power earlier,
Calls to me.
but here we get to unlock it properly. That really peaked the mic when I put that down. Hopefully it's not too noisy. And yeah, Big has that big energy and that's all he needs. Yes indeed. Doomwing. Yeah, we got the preview of this way back in Space Colony Arc Act 2. Now we've got it unlocked properly. And who would have guessed? More Radical Highway. So Doomwing, with at least 50 rings, press the bumpers, hold boost to glide, Doomwing consumes rings over time. What it doesn't tell you is that you're invincible as well. Doomwing is basically like Supersonic. It's basically a super form in all but name.
Deny me, Shadow. You are finally complete. Come, face me. I shall claim you, mind, body, and soul, and become the perfect being.
I'm sorry I put you on this path, Shadow, but I'm proud of how you have walked it. I believe in you, son.
Shadow!
It's all right, Maria. I'm letting go of that destructive anger. But I will continue to fight. Fight with your wish in my heart. Your wish for everyone to have a chance to be happy. Nothing can stop me from reaching that eye now.
So for once in, like, our lives, we get to see Shadow smile. I'm just gonna grab a few rings. Oh. Me up. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a few rings, just because yeah, rings count down every second, just like in super form. There's basically a super form without being super form. Obviously, Shadow doesn't have all the Chaos Emeralds, so he can't go super. Oh, I know that's early. And while I'm thinking about it, I just want to highlight Kirk Thornton as Shadow. He's been voicing Shadow since the recast in 2010, and his voice for Shadow has been a bit on and off, sort of quality-wise, from at the start. But especially in like things like Boom, he doesn't really sound like Shadow, I don't think. But I really want to I just want to mention he's really grown into the role. I think he sounds great in this game. He delivers the emotional range really well for Shadow. Anyways, let's start heading on over to that eye. And yeah, like I said, who'd have thought? More Radical Highway. I think Black Doom has a thing for Radical Highway. Just a hunch. Still got our normal powers up here as well. Oh. Right. And yeah, there are even collectibles up here. Wait, I need to do that, don't I? I think this is definitely a better build-up section than the weird Chaos Emerald gear things in Sonic Generations. So now that we have Doomwing, when you go into a level, you can now choose whether you want Doomwing to exist or not in that run of the level. So you can actually turn Doomwing off, and you get different sort of timer sort of things as well. So it tracks your times whether you're Doomwing on or off differently, which is nice. For the sake of story though, and just to make things a little bit easier for the last levels, I'm going to be keeping it on. Oh. Lag. Oh dear. Right, there we go. And yeah, surprising, I think, no one. we're playing Radical Highway. In full this time, though. Not just little bits and pieces.
Out of my way. I'll overcome every obstacle with this power.
So yeah, we got specific Doomwing sort of paths to follow. So yeah, I may as well follow them. No reason not to. Now, next stream I might show off Radical Highway without the Doomwing. It becomes a fairly different level without it. Oh, and another thing with Doomwing is you get basically infinite boost. Basically, when you let go of the boost button, it will refill itself automatically. So you have practically infinite boost. Oop. Right, can I get over to this path? Oh, it's a bit awkward, but yes. It's dangerous trying to get up there because it's very easy to fall off. And there are collectibles in this level as well. Freedom? Question mark, Miles.
Unleash the power.
Alright, set to Doomwing now. Right, collect some rings on the way to refill my boost meter. Hey, I got a collectible as well. Neat. Dodge those. And we got a path over here as well. Okay, no, okay. I couldn't, you can't grind on that. Well, unlike in Sonic Generations, in Shadow Generations you are allowed to die. And still get an S rank as long as you're still fast enough, so I missed the collectible that time. Oh well. Right, let's try that again. So I think we're right near the end of the level as well now. Yeah, I died right at the end. Of course, it's always how it goes, isn't it? I got an A rank. If I didn't die, I probably would have got an S. Anyways, let's continue. Depending on how things go, we might end up finishing just before, a little bit before 10, but whatever. Let's just jump into Act 2 of Radical Highway. Wait for the lag to go. There we go. Unlike all the other Act 2s though, this one is in 3D. So Radical Highway is a fully 3D level. I think it's fitting though for being the last level. Right, if you ignore those, there's a rail down here. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Right, I've got enough rings, so let's go Doomwing. Because like I said, Doomwing makes you invincible, which is very useful for this section. Because you can wail on this thing without taking damage. Because it will be like a big explosion attack. That will hurt you if you're normal Shadow. Doom Blast up here. Hit the dash rings. And stomp. Yeah. Get to do a little attack there. Right. You can follow those, or you can go up here. Little shortcut. Again, like I said earlier, Doom Blast, you can sort of choose to go elsewhere with it if you think there's a better route. Oh, I always do this. I jump over that by accident. It's fine though. Get bounced up instead of down this time. I'm not going to say two. Dodge. And hit. Spring. Sure. A lot of the time when I try that route, I like almost run out of boost most of the time. And that was Radical Highway Act 2. So that's all the main levels beaten. I think Radical Highway is a pretty good final level. And again, if you play it without the Doomwing, it's definitely a lot more challenging. Definitely paced better than Planet Wisp in Sonic Generations as well. Alright, all we got left is the final boss. And Devil Doom is a much better final boss than Time Eater. Time Eater is awful. I hate it. Devil Doom is a pretty well designed and fun final boss. Well, let's see if I can... Okay, things just moved out.
The time has come, Shadow.
Agreed. Time to sever this bond between us forever.
So yeah, Devil Doom here. This is a design from Shadow the Hedgehog. This was the final boss. Black Doom looking like this. And while I'm thinking about it as well, something I didn't notice myself, I had to see YouTube comments. People saying basically, very likely the reason the Black Doom keeps sending Shadow to Radical Highway is, you know, Black Doom wants to try and get Shadow back into that mindset of being vengeful and full of hate. Because that when Shadow played Radical Highway in SA2, he was completely fueled by his desire for vengeance against humanity. And so Black Doom kind of wants to instill that in him again. And yeah, the previous bosses, kind of a bit of a trial run for what you do here. If you jump, you can hit those. Oh no! Oh, I missed my chance to actually get another good attack in. Oh well. I could have ended this phase right there if I didn't miss the thing. Oh well. Yeah, it's the kind of thing of like, because when I play games, I'm often not thinking about that kind of thing. So, you know, props to people who do think of stuff like that, because I don't. There we go. Phase 1 down. We're done with Doomsurf. Now, much like Sonic Generations, there is an achievement for doing this final boss without getting hit. Ouch. Now, this section here can be a little nerve-wracking with all the platforms, like, sort of strewn about and breaking apart. But there are a lot of springs and stuff around to save you, so use them to your advantage. Three phases. Also, platforming to him like this kind of brings to mind the Perfect Chaos fight in Sonic Generations. Just like the way that fight worked. I don't know if that was intentional, but it does sort of bring to mind that fight. I'm not losing, I'm just not trying. Nice. Anyways, quickly mute. For the first time since, I think, Shadow the Hedgehog itself, we get a Crush 40 song for our final boss. Black Knight doesn't count, that wasn't technically a Crush 40 song.
I have surpassed you. Time to end this once and for all. Go.
There we go. So yeah. Sort of sidestep into those blue swirly things, to sort of get closer to him there to lay a good attack on him. Now, one thing to note, you can invert the flying controls for Shadow here to make up down and down up. I've done that myself. But yeah, to like, I think if you have like button prompts and tutorials on, it'll tell you that. But yeah, otherwise it doesn't. Right, these are really awkward to dodge. When trying to do the no-hit challenge on this boss, they're really like those where he swipes across the screen are really annoying. Anyways, I'm gonna meet for the final hits and get it.
Already decided, we will be one.
be stopped.
Cannot deny what you are. We are one and the same.
Shadow Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me! Shadow, you...
Barely missed out on that S rank. I'm annoyed. Anyways, muting for the ending. I'll be back in the credits.
Nice work. Perfect timing, too. Sonic is getting ready to confront the monster that trapped us here. If I'm going to switch the emeralds without him noticing, we have to do it now.
Very well. I leave it to you.
Okay. I'll take care of it. Aren't you coming? He might need your help.
I need to settle something first.
Whatever.
Shadow? I knew you could do it.
Maria!
I'm okay. Really.
Professor, what's happening?
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time and...
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria. Wait.
and that is Shadow Generations. And of all the times they do try to go emotional in a Sonic game, I think this is the most effective time they do it. Like, genuinely, first time I played, and just now, genuinely got emotional watching that ending. Like, it's a short story, but I think they pulled it off really well. And it kind of almost, maybe even unintentionally, just gives a little bit of like extra like sort of feeling to Shadow. At the end of Sonic Generations, Shadow, you see him standing by himself, like not looking at or talking to anyone when he gets brought to the party at the end of Sonic Generations. And it's just like, given what he's just gone through, yeah, I feel your Shadow. But yeah, I really like this game. So when they first announced Sonic X Shadow Generations, I think I and a lot of other people just kind of thought it'll be a remaster of Sonic Generations and it'll have like a Shadow level or something. Like a Shadow level or couple of levels. But what we got instead was just so much more. It's a full-on sequel, maybe not in story, but because it takes place at the same time, but gameplay-wise, I'd say it pretty much does act as a full-on sequel to Sonic Generations. And of all the games that Sonic Team themselves have made since Sonic Generations, I think this is probably my favourite. Like, because the Sonic Team games between Generations and this, where you got Lost World, Forces, Frontiers, and I guess Runners if you want to count that. And, well, Lost World is Mario Galaxy at home. It's fine, but, Oh, Keanu Reeves. It's fine, but, Forces is, well, how shall we put it? Not good. And Frontiers was promising, and I liked it a lot, but there was a lot of jank. Yeah, the production values here are pretty great. Like, visually, it's, it finally feels like they're taking advantage of current generation technology, Like, visually, it looks great. Sound, yeah, I like the music. I think I like the original Sonic Generations soundtrack a little tiny bit more, but that's also a soundtrack I've been listening to for over a decade, so, Production values also mostly high. There are a couple of places where the production values you can kind of feel, okay, the budget didn't quite stretch here. I mean, this credit sequence is just static images and scrolling text. The title screen, when you first boot up the game, you get the logos, and the title screen is just like a static image again. Like, completely static image. And it's just like, okay. Very basic title screen, but they put the development time where it mattered. Level design, control is just top notch. I'll be playing the game again on Sunday, not through the whole, I'll be coming back on Sunday. We'll be going through at least the 5 main levels and the movie DLC level. So I played through the levels pretty normally. Like, I did pretty standard playthroughs. The sort of normal routes you would go through the levels when you're playing levels for the first time or whatever, or you're not a seasoned Sonic player. On Sunday, I'm not going to say I'm going to speedrun because I'm not really a speedrunner, but I'm going to do good runs through the levels. I'm going to take the shortcuts, use movement tech, which I'll go into on Sunday, just to show how in-depth the levels are. That's something that Forces did, I think, got wrong. Levels just felt like they had no depth to them. In this game they do, and the mechanics work well, and that's where replay value comes from in Sonic games. Good level design, good control. And story-wise, yeah, it's a short story, but it's I think it's really good. Like, I wouldn't say Shadow's like my favorite character in Sonic. Like, I prefer the classic characters, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, Amy. I prefer them really. But this game really really has made me care about Shadow a lot more. You know, like, Sega's marketing thing of Year of Shadow, I think, has gone better than Nintendo's Year of Luigi. Like, Shadow Generations, its associated media with Dark Beginnings, and Sonic Movie 3, all great. All pretty much knocked it out of the park. And Shadow himself has been really well represented. And also, just because it's kind of relevant still, that final boss. You saw the time meter on Sunday again. The time meter's still awful after all these years, and it's just such a nice breath of fresh air to get a good final boss in a Sonic game again. Because, like, time meter was awful. Forces and Lost World, their final bosses were mechanically fine, but uninteresting. And Frontiers, I mean, I liked the Ikaruga homage, but most people didn't. And then the Final Horizon final boss was like unexplained mechanics McGee over there. Yeah. Yeah, multiple stories would be cool. I mean, as long as they get the main story right. I mean, what I'd like to see is them taking the right lessons from this game. You know, polished levels that have good depth to them. Also, polished game. Frontiers, as you might remember, it's a bit janky at times. Collision was weird. Like, cutscenes were very static and basic. Like, cutscene and gameplay animations were pretty basic. And stuff. And while the jankiness did kind of endear me to the game, in that it didn't feel like it was a hyper sort of focus test, like, you know, it felt like it didn't have the interesting parts focus tested out of it. It is also nice to have a game where it's just like, this is the game, it's a product that stands up well. There's nothing really weird or broken about it. It's just a good game. Good, well-made game. Sonic X Shadow Generations is probably the first Sonic game in a while where I could be like I kind of could recommend buying it at full price. I mean, obviously, most games I would say, yeah, wait for a sale if you want to wait. But like, I can actually recommend this at full price. I think it's worth it. It's, especially if you haven't played Sonic Generations before, I think it's a good value bundle. You get two great games for cheaper than Sonic Superstars was in 2023. And apart from the time meter, there's not much wrong with either of them. So yeah, just to go back. Yeah, this is what you get greeted with when you load up the game. It's just a static image with press any button. You don't even get like an opening demo like video or anything. It's just literally a static image of like the game's key art. But hey, if that meant the budget could go into the game itself, that's fine. Yeah, if you do Sonic Generations before Shadow, then yeah, you don't end on the time meter. And honestly, I'd probably recommend most newcomers do play Sonic first, because, I mean, unless you've been playing Sonic Generations like as dedicated, you know, as much as someone like me has, it can be hard to go back to how Sonic Generations controlled compared to Shadow, because Shadow controls really responsively. Like Sonic in Generations, like tanky is a word people can use to describe him. He is not easy to steer, but the levels are designed around it, so it's fine. Like, the levels are designed around how he controls, and that's one of the things that's great about it. But Shadow is going to be easier for most people to grasp control-wise. I have seen I've seen at least one or two people play play like this release. They started with Shadow Generations because it's the exciting new thing. They've then gone to Sonic Generations. The amount of times I've seen someone do the mid-air jump dash because they're clearly trying to double jump like Shadow does. Yeah. We'll say this menu really is Bowser's Fury. It's the 3D World and Bowser's Fury menu. It just straight up is that menu. They lifted it straight from that. I mean, it works, so, you know. Also, when I say these are two games, I mean that in a very literal sense. You press A to start Sonic Generations here, and on the PC, the PC version at least, it loads up a new executable file for Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is a separate exe file to Shadow. In fact, someone made like a mod or something where you basically, it's like, or like instructions to like replace the Sonic Generations like exe hit in the games directory with like the original Sonic Generations 2011 version. So you can just boot into that from here instead of the remaster. Let's just stay here so I don't keep switching music. But yeah, yeah, let's just quickly go over here. I've not got much else to say, but let's quit out. So yeah, like I said, on Sunday we're going to be coming back to Shadow Generations. Let me just move my OBS. Upcoming ad? No, let's snooze that. So yeah, on Sunday, yeah, we're coming back to Shadow Generations. We're going to be going through the main 5 levels again. There's the movie DLC level as well that I will show off. That has 1 act and 2 challenge acts, so I'll show them off. There is some hard mode stuff as well. I know there's hard mode bosses. I think there are some hard mode challenges as well. So if I have time, I'll probably show off the hard mode challenges if they exist, if I'm remembering correctly. I know there are hard mode bosses certainly, but I won't bother showing them off. Does Radical Highway have challenges? No, just the 2 levels and the boss. There's no challenge acts in Radical Highway. So yeah. So Sunday is basically going to be a Shadow Generations like appendix, addendum, whatever word you want to use. I've had the plan of doing it like this in my head for a few months. A few months now. It's nice to finally enact the plans, and it's not as long as I know you've had your plans, Ben, when you've planned Xenoblade stuff. I know you've kept those plans for a long time, but it's long for me streaming wise. So yeah, I suppose I'll get to chat more about just about Shadow Generations, then as well. But yeah, my final word, I guess, is it's good. Play it. Well, if you see it on sale, because I mean, I think it's worth the full price, but it's always good to wait for sales on games anyway. I buy most of my games on sale apart from newly released Sonic and some Nintendo games. Well, these Nintendo games, it's often just worth getting them straight away because they don't go on sale anyway. Sonic games can go on very good sales fairly quickly, but I want to play them straight away usually, so yeah. But I suppose in a week's time as well, we'll be back to Crosscode. I'll go more into that on Sunday, I suppose, but yeah, I'm not going to take any break between this and going back to Crosscode. I want to get back to that pretty quickly. Mainly because I can't remember how long the DLC takes, but I'm hoping that I might be able to get it done before anniversary stuff happens, but I mean, there's like a couple of months. We've got a couple of months to go, so we'll see. My plans have been forming for that. They're nothing too grand, but I am doing something at least. So, yeah. I don't think I've got anything else to say. So in that case,